Let's do this.
Look here, it's just after 7 o'clock Eastern time. I'm your host, Mac Davis, and with me every single week is none other than WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. Teddy Long. Hey, Teddy, how you doing?
Well, after watching that opening, I believe I'm in space or somewhere. You sure we're on Earth here?
Yeah, somebody mentioned one time that if you watch some of the stuff, he talks about hacking your computer. So, anyhow, Teddy, there's a lot going on, but I got to tell you something. You know my wife, because my wife, she gets on to me about, checking on you and saying, how's Teddy doing? Is he, and you'll say, tell her hello and stuff. And I got in trouble because I didn't pass the message along like I should have. She ends up out of nowhere. Just the other day, Teddy, she says, hey, let me ask you a question. Yeah, what? Who do you want to get what when you're dead? And I'm looking at her, Teddy, and she's a sweet Southern girl, and she meant every bit of it. And I'm looking at her like, what did you just ask me? Well, I mean, like, when you die, do you want, this daughter to get this and that son to get that? And well, where the hell is this conversation coming from? I'm sitting here thinking, am I dying? Is there something you haven't told me yet? It's just how her mind works. But God knows, I think she's had me in the ground already. I think she's even got a couple of things that she wants to make sure I will over to you. I mean, what the hell? You think I'm going before Teddy too, huh? I see how it is. So,
I don't want him.
Yeah.
I don't want him.
We don't want trash, honey. We're trying to get rid of the trash we got already. So, all right, let's talk about something. This is going to be a little bit fun because Devon, and he got himself in a little bit of trouble about 4 years ago when he made a comment about Stephanie McMahon. And for those of you who may not have heard about this, we talked about it on one of the Sports Keto shows. Devon said this 4 years ago regarding Stephanie McMahon. Quote, I would have loved to have dated Stephanie McMahon. I'm infatuated with Stephanie. I think she's beautiful inside and out and is funny, charismatic. She's everything that I would think that a woman should be. Now, he clarified just recently what he meant 4 years ago, and he said this, quote, the wording was messed up during that time, and instead of saying I admired, I said I was infatuated with her. And of course, infatuation and admire are two different meanings, two different definitions. But again,
same thing.
But again, he says it was one of those things where I was talking and not really paying attention to what I was saying, and I used the word infatuated. But let me ask you something, Teddy. Even if he did say infatuated and that's what he meant, there was a group of men now who remember Stephanie McMahon for that very reason. I mean, she was something else when she hit the screen. She wasn't just a pretty face. She was a bitch too, and she could play her role to a T. Is there something with Stephanie McMahon, working with her, that you ever learned from her?
I learned to always, when Stephanie is working with you, make sure you're always on time and get ready for the unexpected.
Yeah, I would imagine, because look here, Triple H didn't go after Stephanie McMahon because she was ugly. He was infatuated too. She just has that about her. We mention this all the time too, Teddy. Some people just have that it factor. They can hit the screen that when the light comes on, man, they control the camera. Something about them controls the camera. Even Chelsea Green in WWE right now, she may not be the best wrestler on the roster, but the camera loves Chelsea Green. For whatever reason, she has that it about her that we often talk about with different people. Also, let's see, Cena's last match. I want to talk about this. We find out that it will be in December of this year. It's going to be Saturday night's main event. and it's not a large pay-per-view. This is just Saturday night's main event as his last hurrah. Now, considering the venue that it's going to be in Boston, I believe, Teddy, and the show being Saturday night's main event, it sounds like and feels like this may be a feel-good moment and not him going out with him staring at the lights. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. They flip flop so much on this thing, you know what I mean? So you just don't really know what to believe. So I'm just gonna leave it at I'll wait and just see what happens with Cena.
Yeah, they keep bringing up all these people who he should be facing as the final opponent. I don't know, because the way they have had him booked, he bounces around from person to person to person to person, that there's not any real rivalry that you see in between that's being built to that, final match.
Well, there's no story.
Yeah, there's no story other than, he was a heel and now he's a face and he's just, trying to go on. There needs to be a little bit more, and he's running out of time because December is going to be here before you know it. It comes a lot faster than you can believe. Look here, we do have to step away for just a minute, and we're going to come right back in with letters. So we're going to go inside the mailbag. We'll also take your questions. All you have to do is leave us a chat comment down below. It doesn't cost you anything. As a matter of fact, it's free. Absolutely free. All you got to do is just leave a question. We'll throw it up on the screen. You don't have to buy super chats. And we're going to do all that next with listener mail.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's see. Our first question tonight, Teddy, comes from Burl in Oshkosh. Any memories of wrestling where you went outside the studios to film something? I guess filming away from
well, back in the day we did the deal where we kidnapped Flair, Butch and Ron.
Yeah.
We kidnapped them. We did the deal where we was on Lake Lanier, so we had to go there, and then we got on Flair's boat. I think I won his boat and all that stuff, so we got on the boat to film some stuff, and then we did another deal where I was his chauffeur. I was supposed to have been taking him someplace, but I detoured and I took him right where Ron and Butch was, so they got him there. So a lot of good stuff that we did outside of the from the arena.
One of the moments I remember, you could not do this today, I don't believe, and it involved JBL, but he supposedly went to the border and he was kicking, Mexicans from one side of the border to the other because he was out there trying to get rid of them as part of his heel character. And I remember seeing that and thinking, oh my God. I mean, those things to me, and we talk about this, Teddy, on another show that I do, there's small elements that don't seem like much when you leave the building, but they're usually the memories people have about those moments in wrestling. It's not what's happening in the ring all the time. It's what led to what happened in the ring. Would you agree with that?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, let's see. Pretty classy lady is in here with us tonight. She was saying the intro was funny, with a laughing face there, Teddy. So,
well, she's probably on the same medication you're on.
Zach Binger. Hey, Zach, good to see you in here. Happy good old burger day, pretty classy lady. And let's see, what does she say? She's right back in here. Where's my boy Rufus? Where is Rufus, Teddy?
Rufus is around here. He's a Rufus. He may come see me. I don't know, but he's here.
Yeah, he's bigger than Teddy now. You don't want to mess with Teddy without Rufus's approval. Trust me. Let's see. We do have Steve Morris. Hey, Steve, saying, hey, fellows, have y'all heard anything about Taz? Haven't seen him. That's a good question. I thought I heard the other day, Teddy, maybe you've heard something, but I thought I heard a rumor that maybe he was back in WWE or going back to WWE. But yeah, he hasn't been on recent AEW programming, and so I don't really know. How about you, Teddy? Have you heard anything?
Haven't heard anything at all.
Yeah, it'd be a loss for AEW. Taz fits that commentary team very well. He's him and I'm trying to remember what the guy's name that wears the mask, but he's also an announcer. I think he does a great job. People give him crap all the time, but the announcer, I think, I wish I could remember his name. Hey guys, if you remember the announcer's name in AEW, throw it up on the screen. It's going to drive me nuts here. All right, let's see. Yorkie in Biloxi. What are your thoughts, Teddy, on WWE Unreal?
Well, I really don't have really much to say about that. I mean, our business was exposed many, many years ago. I remember, watching it, especially at WrestleManias. There were so many people backstage at WrestleMania, people you'd never seen before, and just you don't know who they are, where they come from. So, and then they're back there, and then guys are walking around talking with each other too, and everything there. So, like I said, I guess it was just a matter of time for them to, kind of, maybe I don't think they put it all out there, but I mean, it's pretty close.
I think that they let you see what they wanted you to see, and maybe even cut and edited those things to make it even more interesting for you to see. I think everything that we got to see was meant for us to see.
Well,
and
like I
there's still
said,
kayfabe involved.
yes, like I said, I'm pretty sure that we didn't see it all.
Oh, yeah. They're only going to show you what they want you to see. That's all you're
Right.
ever going to see.
Right.
Let's see. Tony Hunter in the room here. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Says, what's up, crowbars?
Oh, wow. Called us crowbars. Wow, Tony Hunter, the nerve of you.
Let's see. Steve Moore saying, Excalibur is the name of the guy that wears the hood announcing for AEW. I think he's very good. I really do. I thought he's that from the get-go, that he called a lot of crap that he never should have. He was just different sounding, and that's important when you have another company, because you want to sound different than the other one. All right, Amelia on X. By the way, you want to be a part of the show, just drop us a comment in the comment section. We'll throw it up on the screen and discuss it right here on the show. You don't have to buy super stickers. It's free. That's nice. All right, Amelia on X. This is going to be interesting. I don't think we've ever done this, Teddy. It's called Pick One. Now, I'm going to give you two names or items or something. You can only choose one. Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go. First one, easy. Hot dog or hamburger?
Hamburger.
Dunkin', I know the answer to this one. Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme?
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, I've seen him buy those Krispy Kremes. He went into the place one time and swore he didn't buy a dozen of them and go back to his room and eat them all.
Oh no, you the one had all those donuts. Don't put that on me. I didn't take that back.
We go into a Krispy Kreme where we were in St. Louis, I think, a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we walked in, and boy, they just, Teddy Long was in the Krispy Kreme. Man, they couldn't help themselves come over and give him all these donuts. And the next morning, poor Teddy's coming back out of his room, getting ready to go to the floor for the convention. And he just looks bloated from all those donuts he ate.
No, I was not. No, I was not.
He even had glaze all around his face right there.
I took those donuts and gave them to the crew. When I got there, and all those guys have been working on the ring and stuff, I gave that box to them.
Yeah, tell them that story. I'm sure they believe every word you're saying.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Got more on here. Steak or seafood?
Seafood.
Comedy. Oh, this is going to get interesting in a minute. Comedy or action movie?
Comedy.
All right, get ready. Bobby the Brain Heenan or Paul Heyman?
Bobby the Brain.
All right, here's the one. Hopefully you can answer this. You say you'll answer anything. Well, you don't have to answer it. Here we go. Last one. This is a big one too. Paul Levesque or Vince McMahon?
Vince McMahon.
Now, I would stop and ask you all these why you chose this, but let me ask you, when it comes to Paul Levesque and Vince McMahon, why would you choose Vince over Paul?
Well, because Vince certainly was the one that really, really brought me out there. He's really responsible for me being where I am today. And Vince was the only somebody that was part of that. So that's why.
All right, what about I knew the Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme. I knew that right off the get go. And back to steak or seafood, I've eaten with you enough to know that you would probably choose seafood over beef because you're more of a sushi guy anyhow. Is that really one of your favorite foods, sushi?
Yeah, yeah, I really like that, man. They got a place up in Manning, South Carolina. I forget the name of it there, but Denise introduced me to it, and they got a thing called the Pokemon Bowl, or something like that. God, is that thing delicious? It is great.
Yeah, I know that I have never tried. There are two foods that I really have never tried until I traveled with Teddy. And one of them was the sushi. I've never had sushi. I was always like, it just sounds awful. You know, you just raw fish. I don't get the appeal of that. It was actually good when I've had it when it comes to sushi. Uh, and the other food that I don't often get and probably never would have in my life was Indian. And Teddy and I, on a Thanksgiving Eve or Thanksgiving Day, one or the other, we were on the road somewhere, and the only place that was open was that damn Indian restaurant, and I couldn't eat the food. It was so hot to me, but you enjoyed every bit of it.
I didn't have what you had.
Oh my! I can't even remember what it was. I knew when it came out to the table, it looked red, so I
Yeah.
knew there was going to be an issue. So, oh God! All right, so let's see. That's all I got as far as the emails go. So if you got some questions, throw them up in the room right here, and we'll throw them up on the screen as well. Teddy, we got something coming up too that you and we weren't planning on this, but Dragon Con is coming to Atlanta next weekend. And you're going to be there as a part of Dragon Con. And I found out just yesterday or the day before that I'll be going to Dragon Con for something completely different for a filming that I got to do. So you and I get together at least for maybe an hour or two, or maybe even a full day on Friday. If I can, I think that's when I'll be shooting. So it'll be on Friday when I'll see you. But
Okay, well, I know I'm there Thursday from 7 until 10. Friday, I don't have a schedule. I know then there's a Sunday thing. I'm on a panel there Sunday starting at 10 a.m. Sunday morning. And then I'm somewhere else. I don't know. When I get the schedule, I'll get it out there. But Dragon Con also has it out there on Facebook too.
yeah, this is a huge event. This thing, I don't know how many years that this has been going on in Atlanta. I remember hearing about it years ago when they first started, because there was a wrestling group out of Swainsboro that had some of the wrestling matches that were being held up in Atlanta for part of Dragon Con, because they always had, I guess, a wrestling connection from the very first year, and wrestling being part of it. And so I've known about it for a long time, but it was never as big as it is now. This thing has gotten huge. I mean, major names in comic. If you're a big fan of Marvel or DC and some of the multiverse stuff that they have on TV, on CW and all these other channels, the stars of these shows, a lot of them are going to be there for this event, along with Teddy being there as part at the wrestling side of things. So it's a lot of fun. Make sure you stop by and
And
see all the event.
And also, I'll be there signing autographs and stuff too, so you can come by and get that too. So I don't know where I'm going to be at yet, but there's certain places they put you. I'm pretty sure the people will know.
Let's see, pretty classy lady saying, okay, now she's got me really curious as to who we're speaking with here. Mac, are you going to the Dublin Farmers Market? I don't know. Probably not. I got it for the next 2 weeks, Teddy, and I feel kind of lost even today. I got so much on my plate. I'm hoping I can juggle it all. You ever get that way? Have you ever been that way where you feel like you may have too much on your plate?
Well, I have, some years back, but not now.
Yeah,
My life is so easy, and oh, brother, I'm so comfortable and relaxed every day. Thank God.
I'm very happy for being busy and having opportunities, and I'm the type that I'm always willing to try something I've never done before, which is what I'm doing right now on the side that we'll talk more about as we get into it.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just I don't want to sit back. If I stop learning, then I stop growing. I stop growing, I stop living.
Yeah, well, like I said, I still stay busy, but I stay as busy as I want to be.
Yeah.
I work for me. So that's the good part about that. If something I don't want to do, I can say no.
Let's see, Scott Lance popping in here. Hey, Mac and Teddy, how fun was it to get to fire Vicky Guerrero? And Mac, what's your favorite GIWA moment? Teddy, you first. Firing Vicky, how was that?
Well, it was great. It was a lot of fun because Vicky Guerrero certainly had a lot of heat. People hated her, so to be able to fire her, I know that's what the people really wanted. So I also kind of did that for my own entertainment too. So, but that was great. But
And
Vicky, just such a sweetheart, man. God love working with her.
man, I don't know how she kept that voice. I mean, there's only so many times you can say "shut up" like she did. I kept thinking sooner or later she's going to crack in the middle of one of those shut ups and never be able to speak again.
She never say shut up. It's excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What are
I'm
you
sorry. I
on?
don't know. I don't know. Let's see. It's Scott, by the way, my favorite. He's talking in GIWA. That was a independent federation that I worked in Georgia here. And my favorite moment, God, Scott, you know as well as I do because you were a referee, that there were a lot of those moments that I can talk about. But when Firewalker, my tag team partner at the time, and myself won the tag team championships from the heel faction, the KI and KI Elite. That was the moment I think that I really remember the most. It was just one of those moments. Everything came together and it was a perfect pop at the very end. Everybody went home happy. And you can't beat those things. All right, Teddy, we got to pick somebody from this group tonight for the questions and give them a free T-shirt. Who's that going to be?
Well, I believe the gentleman. God, I have to go back to it.
Let's see.
We
We
just
had the Devon. No, that's not one of the questions. One of the questions was went outside the studios to film something. He had Yorkie, who thoughts on Unreal. Let's see, Amelia, who was have given you the pick ones, and then
that's
the one.
sending her. That's sending me a T-shirt.
Okay, Amelia, let me get her out here. There we go. Okay, Amelia on X. I got her information too because she sent that with this. So, all right, Amelia, congratulations. You got yourself a T-shirt, Road Trip After Hours T-shirt. By the way, shoot me a message and just let me know what size is good for you. And if you'll do that, we'll get it out the mail right away. Teddy, I've enjoyed this, my friend. I'm looking forward to next week to get to see you in person. I don't know what that means for this show, really, because I'm not exactly sure my travel on Thursdays. That's got to kind of up in the air right now. So Teddy and I will figure something out, for next week for this show. If it's not at the same day and same time, just keep watching my
Well,
Facebook or
I have
Teddy's.
to go down. I have to go down Thursday too, and I have to go down around 5 p.m.
Yeah. So
So we're already down there. So once they let me know where I'm at, where we find out, then maybe we can just go live from there somewhere.
yeah, I think which I think would be a lot of fun to give you guys a kind of feel for the background because these Comic Cons, I'm telling you, people dress up in some of these crazy outfits. I've seen Teddy Long, as a matter of fact, at one of these Comic Cons riding around in a Batmobile. I
Oh
remember even sending
yeah,
you a message while you were riding through.
yeah.
You were live streaming through parts of it,
That was
and
in Winston Salem, North Carolina. That's where that was.
yeah, man, they spend some money on the props and costumes that they wear at these events. They're really something to see. And maybe if we
Yeah.
can set up correctly, you'll get a little flavor of that next week from Comic Con. So, anyhow, hey guys, we appreciate you joining us this week. And if you will, pass this around. Let everybody know that we do this every Thursday night as we can at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And all you have to do is just subscribe, share. We certainly would appreciate it. And what other show gives you a free T-shirt when you watch? I don't
And
know.
we're also, we're going to start giving away some other merchandise. We're going to be getting some hats and other stuff that we're going to be giving away too. So we got all that coming.
Yeah, it's a lot happening, and guys, I promise you're growing with us, and we certainly appreciate it. We'll be back. Let's see, real quick. Somebody just popped in. James Jones. Hey, man. Teddy, whatever
Yeah.
happened with BWA?
Was that Rocky King's thing, BWA?
I'm not sure.
I
This guy.
think that's what it was because his last name was Boware. And I believe that stood for Boware Wrestling Association. I believe that's what that was. I believe that was Rocky King's promotion. I don't know. I do know, God rest his soul, he did pass. But I have no idea what happened with it with the promotion.
Let's see, Anthony popping in saying, I love the show, gentlemen, and I love the t-shirt. Well, maybe next week you give us a good question. We'll throw it in there. And if you get chosen, you'll get that free t-shirt. By the way, James Jones, I'm glad that you popped by. I was just mentioning a moment ago that one of my favorite matches in independent wrestling happened to involve a tag team named KI Elite. And he was a member of KI Elite at the time when we took those belts. So we were just talking about that. So good to see you. And James saying also, by the way, he did pop in, Teddy. You're right. That's exactly what he was talking about.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll be back here next week, Thursday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Same days. Same. God.
Jesus.
Ah, what is with it?